Hello everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Difa Mahdyyah, and right now I would like to present entitled Current Trends in Literature for Children. It's an article. Well, from 1918 generally earmarked as the beginning of children's book publishing in the United States throughout the late 1950s, children's books enjoy a relatively stable period characterized by predictable plots, essential decency, and restrained good fun. It has been said that literature for children mirrors society, reflecting the culture of the time and the way children are perceived and treated. And we're gonna discuss about change in the children's publishing market. In early 1960s, the economic backbone of children's publishing was significantly altered as publishing departments were expanded to meet a new demand for children's books, and the socio-political climate of the country underwent upheaval. These events triggered change in the children's book field that continue to evolve today. When the first editorial department were formed prior to 19 and 20, specifically to publish children's books, and editors hired to spread had these new ventures had literary and educational backgrounds. And the evidence of this expansion can be observed in a look at the American Library Association's children's notable books list in 1956. 19 titles were selected as worthy of inclusion. 4 years later, the count had risen to 41, and by 1968, the list included 62 choices. His message about the importance of books and reading helped to intensify and broaden the already growing interest in books for children by the general public. Next one, we're gonna discuss about effects of change in the social-political climate. Well, topics such as death and disease were addressed in children's books, often in a stark, realistic manner. While Scarlet Webs evocatively encompassed death in its them. It was nevertheless a fantasy, however, in books such as James Collier and Christopher Collier's My Brother's Son is that the devastations and death during Civil War was the main theme. Green's Beat, The Turtle Drum, and Louis Lowry's Summer to Die, Not Death, even more immediate with contemporary settings and character. And Elizabeth Spear's exquisite novel Side of Beaver, which received the Scott Adele Award for Historical Fiction and the awarding of the 1986 Newbery Medal to Patricia McLachlan for Sarah and Tall are sure to revitalize interest in the genre. In this century, most historical fiction for children has used youth, and even today, few novels concern themselves with historical situations in other countries. Madeline Le Angels, A Wrinkle in Time stretch the limits of imaginations, breaking all brown rules about separating fantasy from science fiction. And though viewer title initially appeared about Native Americans, Asian Americans, and Hispanics and other ethnic groups, the existence of even a view aroused antipathy towards stereotypical treatment of characters and encourage multicultural portrayals. Parallels may be drawn between the emergence and decline of ethnic materials and easy reading books published are cited inadequate sales and lack of good manuscript. The same explanation given for a small supply of ethnic materials. And the next one is trends in picture books. Well, presentation of Alfred Noah's poem, The Highwayman, an illustrated first chapter of Kenneth Graham's Wine in the Wallows, as an illustrated version of Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, as well as Van Albert's Mysteries of Harrisburg, David Macaulay's satiric Ba, Toshimari's Kirishima no Pika, indicate that picture books are also being aimed at older children, featuring Max, a boy who misbehaves and is sent to his room where he conjures up frightful monster as revenge. This book was considered by many adults to be too audacious for young children, likely to promote similar brash behavior. And though its popularity with children calmed the maelstrom of controversy, is it also triggered a spate of books dealing with children's fear, frustration, and other emotional response. Despite these limitations, today's picture books offer rich and exciting experience for children, and one not even richer when perceptive adults provide introduction and interpretations. Well, next one is trends in nonfiction books for children. Only a sprinkling of biographies have seen singled out as Newbery winners. However, recent recognition of this genre is evidenced by the awarding of the Newbery Medal to Nancy Willard Pope, a visit to William Blake's Inn in 1982, a Newbery Honor Award to Catherine Lasky's Sugaring Town in 1984, a Newbery Honor Award to Rhoda Blumber for Commodore Perry in the Land of the Sagum in 1986, and Newbery Honor to Patricia Lauber for Volcano in 1987. The Wall Street Journal, uh, 13 January 1986, is an article titled Children's Book Selling Like Hotcakes. Tell kids all about the cool world. States that parents are making children's book the fastest growing market in publishing, with sales expected to exceed um, $462 million in 1986, and a few years ago, the demise of children's book publishing seems imminent. There is growing interest in reprinting classics, recycling old favorites, and reissuing popular stories and picture books in paperback. Well, okay, that's all my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you.